The Nigerian Medical Association, Plateau State branch, has raised the alarm that hospitals and mortuaries in the state are overwhelmed with the rising number of injured persons and corpses from the recent attacks and killings in the state. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, troops of Operation Hadimba, Nigerian Army, thwarted an attempt by Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists to attack Babangida town in Yobe State on Wednesday. The Director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, revealed this in a statement on Wednesday in Abuja. According to Nwachukwu, the terrorists who were raiding for logistics refuel could not infiltrate the town because they were met with fierce counter-attack from the vigilant troops, forcing them to retreat. The Army spokesman said the gallant troops captured one gun truck, one Doshka anti-aircraft gun, two AK-47 rifles, and unprimed improvised explosive devices from the fleeing terrorists. At number 9, South African Airways will resume operations on September 23, 2021, more than 15 months after it was grounded. The interim CEO of South African Airways, Thomas Kogolo, announced the resumption date. He said, "After months of diligent work, we are delighted that SAA is resuming service, and we look forward to welcoming on board our loyal passengers and flying the South African flag. We continue to be a safe carrier and adhering to COVID-19 protocols." He added that the SAA would start by flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town, Accra, Kinshasa, Zimbabwe, Lusaka, and Maputo. At number 8, the governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawalle, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to declare a state of emergency on security. The governor made the call when he received the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara States, Ali Janga, on a courtesy call on Wednesday in Gusau. Matawalle said declaring a state of emergency was the only available avenue of ending the increasing security challenges at hand. In a statement issued by Zelani Bapa, Special Advisor, Public Enlightenment, Media and Communications, the governor expressed concern over the incessant attacks on innocent communities in Zamfara and other states. At number 7, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it has paid 163.4 million naira as death benefits to the families of 188 operatives of the agency who died in active service since 2014. This was made known on Wednesday by the Chairman and Chief Executive of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, in Abuja. Marwa, who issued checks to 14 of the beneficiaries, said the various amounts would be credited into the account of the beneficiaries. He said, "We owe a big thank you to President Muhammadu Buhari for his magnanimity in providing us with a special intervention fund to discharge our duty, specifically to officers and men who lost their lives in the line of duty." At number 6, just weeks after sending 217 students away for poor academic performance, the Kogi State Polytechnic have withdrawn 193 students for the same reason in the 2019/2020 academic session. The institution's spokesman, Uredo Omale, announced this in a statement. She said most of the expelled students were from ND1 Business Administration. Omale stated that the affected students were from 4 departments: Business Administration, Mathematics and Statistics, Science Laboratory Technology, Library and Information Science. At number 5, the United Kingdom has warned that a highly lethal terrorist attack could be launched in Afghanistan within hours and could likely put the final stages of the evacuation effort in the country under strain as world governments race to meet up with the deadline of August 31st. The Armed Forces Minister of the United Kingdom, James Happy, gave the warning on Thursday, saying that there was very credible reporting of an imminent and severe threat to Kabul airport. The minister called on those queuing outside Hamid Karzai International Airport to move to safety amid concerns over an affiliate of the so-called Islamic State in Afghanistan. At number 4, the Adamawa State Emergency Management Agency has said that 79 communities have been ravaged by floods sweeping through the state and that no fewer than 7 persons have been killed and 74,713 persons have been displaced by the disaster in August alone. The Executive Secretary of the Adamawa State Emergency Management Agency, Mohammed Suleiman, gave the figures in an interview on Thursday in Yola. According to him, 79 villages in 16 local government areas are affected by the disaster. At number 3, the National Broadcasting Corporation has queried Channels Television for granting an interview to the governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom. NBC, in the query issued on Thursday, titled Notice of Infraction, said the move followed inciting, divisive and unfair comments made by the governor during Channels TV Sunrise Daily program on Tuesday. The letter was dated August 24, 2021 and signed by the corporation's Director General, Balarabe Ilela. Part of the letter said, consequently, Channels Television is required to explain why appropriate sanctions should not be applied for these infractions of the Nigeria Broadcasting Code. Your response should reach the Commission within 24 hours of the receipt of this letter. Recall that speaking on Tuesday, Autumn had said, Mr. President is pushing me to think that what they say about him, that he has a hidden agenda in this country, is true, because it is very clear that he wants to Fulanize, but he's not the first Fulani president. At number 2, Nigeria's economy grew in the second quarter of this year as the gross domestic product of the country increased by 5.01% year-on-year. The National Bureau of Statistics disclosed this in its GDP report for second quarter, released on Thursday. The NBS report shows that the GDP grew for 3 consecutive quarters, following the negative growth rates recorded in the last 2 quarters of 2020. This is an indication of the return of business and economic activity near levels seen prior to the nationwide implementation of COVID-19 restrictions. At number 1, the Nigerian Medical Association Plateau State branch has raised the alarm that hospitals and mortuaries in the state are overwhelmed with the rising number of injured persons and corpses from the recent attacks and killings in the state. The concern was raised in a statement released on Thursday, signed by NMA Chairman Dr. Innocent Emmanuel and Secretary Dr. Babikan William in Jos. The association said it was saddened by the persistent and vicious killing in the state, stressing that the victims of these unwarranted attacks continue to populate hospitals, emergency wards and mortuaries in the state. The NMA also pointed out that the killings were affecting the physical and psychological well-being of the masses across the state. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.